Welcome to No Hack Snacks, a series of short interviews with experimenters, optimizers, marketers, and product builders from all over the world. In this one, I talked to André Morys, CEO and founder of konversionsKRAFT, and we discussed why agile product teams and experimentation are better together. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this in the future, and go to nohackspot.com/giveaway. André, I have a question for you. Do agile product teams and experimentation belong together?
Yes, for sure. I think today.
Why? I want to know why.
Why? I mean, today it's separate worlds. CRO A/B testing is seen as like a tactical performance thing, while most product teams see themselves as a strategic pillar in product development with a product vision and things like that, more transformative. But experimentation is often something that comes too short in product development, while CRO people don't think deep enough about the vision and the bigger leaps they should go. So I think both worlds have their flaws, and if you have like best of both worlds, bam, there you go. That's
Is this
how it
a
should be.
legacy issue that it's like this, that CRO
Sure.
showed up after product has already been a thing for decades, if not centuries? You think that's the
Sure.
problem?
Sure, because it's easy to optimize on a technical level. That's why I think most A/B testing started with landing pages and tweaking of call to actions, things like that. It's easy to implement, not many stakeholders or side effects, easy to measure, lots of traffic. That's why it started there. And yeah, it's correct to see it as something, it's a legacy that it's seen as a tactical performance optimization method. Yeah.
So one is here, the other one is here. They should meet. Do they meet halfway? Should they be closer to product? Should they be closer to experimentation? What are your thoughts
It should
on
be
that?
part of product. When you read books like Marty Kagan or Melissa Perry, Teresa Torres, all these people, they evangelize for product teams being more enabled, empowered, delivering more impact instead of delivering features. And in all their books, they talk about experimentation, A/B testing as a method to prove the value, to validate the value, which is what we want to do if we want to move towards impact. So yes, product teams need more experimentation to reduce the waste in their delivery backlogs and
Right.
to prove their value. And yeah, it's, as I said, it's like a best of both worlds approach. If you read these books, you get an impression that product world is moving towards something I would call, from a product manager as a key role in agile product teams, they move towards what you could call a growth product manager, which incorporates elements like A/B testing, experimentation a lot. Yeah.
So in this world where they work together, product will almost absorb or accept experimentation as its subunit or a
I
way
would
of
say,
thinking.
yeah, I would say it absorbs it because still, again, in many organizations, marketing, online marketing, performance marketing, however you call it, is still a separate silo. They deliver the traffic towards the product and then they should convert, which is not really clever. So if you think as the acquisition and marketing part being an incremental part of product teams as well, there's no need to have a separate team that is just focusing on performance optimization, maybe in some specialized ways, but yeah, it should be an integral part of all product teams.
Right. And obviously for smaller companies, this is not as much of a problem because everyone knows each other, everyone works together. But for a massive company, and you work with a lot of huge companies with hundreds, thousands of people.
Yes.
How do they start?
I think
going
that's
in this
part of that. That's part of the challenge. As I said, they start with implementing A/B testing and tactical marketing-driven parts of their work. So this evolves somewhere else, and maybe you've heard about the "not invented here" term. So if it's a silo, just a different team, they maybe don't like each other. It's maybe politics. I don't know, but you see the tension in so many teams between the topics because the vision that these two worlds belong together is missing. So as soon as you realize and think like, what if we would merge it? What if we would use all the great stuff from both worlds, wow, magic happens. That's why I always say, put these people together in one room and force them to collaborate. Destroy, tear down the silos, right?
I like that. So lock the door and make them figure it out. And there's no coming out. There's no food until
no
you
food.
figure.
like a wild horse, fix it to the pole without water.
Almost like Squid Game when they lock them in there and they figure it out.
Yes,
whoever walks out has their way. Interesting. But what are the biggest challenges, let's say from product side, in not wanting to adopt? This is something that you talked about on No Hacks podcast about a year ago when we talked about the hippos, and they're used to their ways because their way is what brought them to the position they are. They were right most of the time, and they think they will always be right, and it's very difficult to tell them that you should expect to be wrong. So what are the biggest challenges in getting the product people to try to adopt this mindset?
There are many objections like, A/B testing slows down all of our processes. Experimentation makes things more complicated. It's the other way around. Lucas Vermeer once said, well, but if you don't validate things and you run fast, but in the wrong direction, well, you're screwed.
Exactly.
So I would call it irrational biases in many times. For example, I see many product teams kind of doubling down on their own biases by making, for example, ideation sessions. They're in love with their own ideas. They believe they work. They never validate them. So this gives an impression of, we're moving something, but we're never measuring if it actually moves. So there are a lot of biases. My colleagues, Anastasia and Stephanie, they talked about these biases like confirmation bias, self-fulfilling prophecy bias. There's even a name for a bias that we are not aware about our biases. So I see so many biases in product development and product teams that could be eliminated and therefore lead to more power and the right velocity.
But most of these come from working in a bubble and just ignoring the outside world. That's what it sounds like. And what Lucas said, I love that. Running fast in the wrong direction. Now, when you have AI to make you run faster than ever before, it's even more dangerous. And I think experimenting becomes even more of a necessity now that you can not run, you can fly in any direction and do things in one day that took months.
Possibly.
Do you think it's more important?
Possibly. I came across someone saying, well, we can't use AI in user research, it's hallucinating.
No, I didn't mean research. I mean just in putting out product, developing the product.
It's just an example because I see a strength of AI in its objectivity. If you do the right prompting, you can eliminate these biases like hallucination or whatever. It always wants to please you. So you can eliminate this. So I see one good thing about AI. It is not also there to accelerate things, but also to eliminate these kind of biases. If you prompt it right,
that's a great
AI
point.
does not have confirmation bias. It does not suffer from sunk cost fallacy, whatever. It could be really agnostic about
that's
your
a really,
ideas.
really good point, yes.
So this is why I think it could also, kind of foster the way into the right direction.
But if you skip that step and use it only to build your product faster and do, let's say someone has a genius idea about an SEO campaign, content campaign.
Yeah.
You can have 1,000 blog posts in a day and you can have them out.
And they could all be wrong.
And they could all be wrong. Exactly what I mean.
Sure.
Because it will help you make mistakes faster and bigger mistakes much faster.
That's what I mean. You should use the right prompting
Exactly.
to make it more objective and to challenge your ideas. If you do that, it could be really powerful also. It could be another method apart from A/B testing.
Or it could be really, really, really dangerous. André, thank you so much for being the guest of No Hacks.
We will see.
I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, see you in June.
See you.